Welcome to Motivational Voices, where timeless wisdom meets your journey to growth. If you've ever asked yourself, why am I not rich yet? I have an answer. Not in the form of luck, not in blaming the system, but in looking inward. Today, let's explore the real reasons you're not wealthy yet through the lens of Jim Rohn's powerful philosophy. Take notes, reflect deeply, and most importantly, be ready to change. You haven't become valuable enough yet. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Success doesn't respond to wishes. It responds to value. You don't get paid for your time. You get paid for the value you bring to that time. If you make minimum wage, it's not because your time is worth less. It's because the marketplace has determined the value of your contribution at that level. Want to earn more? Simple. Increase your value. That means learning new skills, solving more complex problems, bringing more creativity, leadership, or expertise to the table. The market doesn't pay for your need, it pays for your worth. Two people work the same 8-hour day. One does data entry with no upskilling, 18 slacks per hour. The other has learned Excel automation and project management. Now earns 40 parks per hour. Why? Because the second person can do more faster and with greater impact. Their value is higher, so their income follows. Ask yourself, what can I do today that's more valuable than what I did yesterday? What problem can I solve that others avoid? What can I master so well that people will seek me out? Your income is determined by your philosophy, not the economy. So ask, is your mindset focused on income or impact? Because when you raise your impact, the income shows up. Pick one high-value skill to master this year: sales, digital marketing, coding, public speaking, copywriting, etc. Read one book/month related to that skill. Offer it to the marketplace in a job, side hustle, freelancing gig, or social media content. Keep improving. Double down on what brings results. Bottom line, if you're not rich yet, it may be because you haven't become valuable enough yet. And that's not bad news. It's great news, because your value is something you can control. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. Start with you, because you are the asset. 2. You don't have a clear financial goal. Goals. There's no telling what you can do when you get inspired by them. There's no telling what you can do when you believe in them. And there's no telling what will happen when you act upon them. Most people want to be rich, but very few can describe what that looks like. Ask someone, what's your goal financially? They often reply, I want more money. So you hand them $1 and say, now you have more money. That's not a goal. That's a vague hope. Wealth begins in the mind, not the bank account. If your goal isn't written down with a clear number and a timeline, you're not building wealth, you're just daydreaming. Why clarity matters. Imagine getting in a car and saying, I want to go somewhere great. Without a destination, you'll drive in circles, waste gas, and feel lost. Your money journey is the same. Without a clear destination, you'll spend, save randomly, and wonder why you're stuck. Clarity gives you focus. You stop chasing distractions. Motivation. You know what you're working toward. Measurement. You can track progress and adjust. A vague goal. I want to be rich, but a clear goal. I want to have $100,000 invested by age 30 that pays me $400 a month in passive income. Now your brain has something to work with. You can reverse engineer your steps. How much do I need to save each month? What vehicle will I use? What income streams can I build? What skills do I need to learn? Create your wealth plan. Set a target. Pick a number. 100K, 1M. Set a deadline. Give yourself a date. Break it down. Divide it into monthly or yearly milestones. List the vehicles: salary, side hustle, investing. Check in weekly. Are you on track? What's working? Bonus tip. I often said that when I was broke, it wasn't because I lacked money. It was because I lacked a plan. Once I started writing my goals, income goals, asset goals, growth goals, things started to shift. Because my mind, once given a target, becomes a magnet for the ideas, people, and opportunities that move me closer to it. Bottom line, if you're not rich yet, one reason could be you've never clearly defined what rich looks like for you. So take the time to write it down. Create your financial blueprint, because you can't hit a target you can't see. 3. You haven't invested enough in your mind. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. If you want to earn more, you must learn more. Your current level of income is often tied to your current level of understanding. And the difference between where you are and where you want to be is knowledge applied. You see, wealthy people don't just work harder, they work smarter because they've invested in their minds. They read books, They attend seminars. They listen to audiobooks while commuting. They learn skills that change their lives, like sales, investing, leadership, or negotiation. They don't just spend money, they plant it into their own minds. The law of the lid. Leadership teacher John Maxwell coined a concept called the law of the lid. It says your personal growth is the lid on your potential. If you're a level 4 person, you can't lead a level 7 business or career. I put it this way: if someone hands you $1 million, best you become a millionaire quickly, so you get to keep the money, otherwise it slips through your fingers. Imagine 2 people earning the same $50,000 a year job. Person A scrolls TikTok in their free time. Person B spends 30 minutes daily reading about real estate and takes an online investing course. In 6 months, person B starts buying rental property or investing in dividend stocks. In 2 years, their assets are earning them money while they sleep. Same background, same paycheck, different input, different mindset, different outcome. What you can do right now: read 1 page per day from a money or self-development book. Start small. Watch a Jim Rohn video every morning instead of checking your phone. Listen to audiobooks or podcasts while driving or walking. Take a course, even a free one, on sales, investing, copywriting, or business. Apply what you learn. Knowledge without action is wasted potential. Remember, Warren Buffett said the best investment you can make is in yourself. Jim echoed that idea again and again, not just to sound smart, but because he lived it. He said he spent hundreds of dollars attending seminars when he was broke, and it paid him back thousands of times over. He didn't blame the economy. He built his own personal economy, starting in the mind. Bottom line, if you're not rich yet, maybe it's because you haven't fed your mind what it needs to create wealth. Plant seeds of wisdom, water them with consistent learning, and watch your financial garden grow. 4. You're working hard, but not smart. You can work hard all your life, digging ditches with a spoon, or you can get smarter and use a shovel, then a bulldozer. We've been told hard work is the secret to success. And it's true, but only partly. Hard work alone doesn't guarantee wealth. If it did, the hardest working people would be the richest, but often they're the most tired and the most broke. The real secret: working smart, choosing leverage, not just labor. The difference between hard and smart work: hard work shows up early, stays late, does what's told. Smart work solves higher value problems, automates, delegates, thinks strategically. A janitor may work 10 hours a day scrubbing floors. That's respectable, but capped in earnings. A digital marketer might work 4 hours running ads that sell thousands of products while they sleep. That's leverage. That's smart. Freelancer A charges $20 an hour and hustles 40 hours a week. Freelancer B builds a system to offer a $200 product that sells 10 times a week while they're off. Same effort, more scalable result. A person working 3 jobs might bring in $60K a year, but someone who learns to flip houses, invest, or start a YouTube channel earns $60K from a few smart moves with time left over. Jim Rohn didn't just sell products. He built a business that sold for him, using teams, duplication, and systems. So how do you work smarter? Leverage tools. Automate what's repetitive. Use other people's time. Delegate. Outsource. Partner. Use other people's money. Invest smart, learn credit and capital. Multiply efforts. Record a lesson once, sell it 1,000 times. Write a book, build a digital product. Own income-generating assets. Don't just get through the day, get from the day. Jim didn't say don't work hard, he said work hard and smart. If you're stuck in a cycle of effort with no progress, it's time to ask, Raul, what's the value of what I'm doing? Can this be done faster, better, with help? Am I spending time or investing it? 3 smart moves to start today. Audit your time. Track what you do for 3 days. What's high versus low impact? Learn leverage skills, sales, systems, investing, automation. Focus on ROI, not just money, but return on time, return on energy. Bottom line, if you're not rich yet, it may be because you've been grinding instead of growing. Work ethic is your engine. Strategy is your GPS. Use both, and you'll move further faster. 5. You're surrounded by the wrong people. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. One of the most overlooked truths about wealth: your circle shapes your future. You can have big goals, good habits, and even some momentum, but if your environment pulls you backward, it's like trying to climb a mountain with anchors tied to your feet. If the people around you are always broke, always complaining, always doubting, you'll eventually start thinking, speaking, and acting like them. Environment beats willpower. Jim Rohn taught that your associations matter more than most people realize. You don't need to cut people off, But you do need to be intentional. Spend less time with people who spend more than they earn. Limit exposure to people who criticize, blame, or gossip. Avoid circles that mock ambition or reward laziness. Instead, seek out those who invest and grow. Take risks. Speak of ideas, not just people. Surround yourself with doers, not just dreamers. A young man is working 2 jobs to survive. His coworkers spend every break complaining about the economy, their bosses, and how the rich are lucky. He starts believing it and stays stuck. But one day, he joins a local real estate investing meetup. He hears someone say, "I started just like you. I saved $5,000, bought a duplex, and now I have 10 properties." That one conversation changes his mindset. He doesn't quit his job right away. He studies, he learns. A year later, he buys his first property. 5 years later, he's free. The difference? The people. Ask yourself, who do I spend the most time with? Do they lift me up or pull me back? Are they helping me grow or keeping me comfortable? If you're the smartest, most disciplined, most ambitious person in the room, you're in the wrong room. What Jim did, Jim Rohn wasn't born wealthy. He grew up on a farm in Idaho and worked as a stock clerk, earning pennies. Then he met Earl Shoaff, a mentor who challenged how he thought. Shoaff asked him, "Jim, what's your plan for financial independence?" Jim didn't have one. That question, that person, sparked his journey. Within 5 years, Jim was a millionaire. He often said, "For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better." And one way to get better is to choose better associations. Action steps. Audit your circle. Who adds value? Who drains energy? Find new rooms, online forums, mastermind groups, events, books, or even YouTube videos with high-level thinkers. Limit passive proximity. You can still love your old friends, but spend more time feeding your future. Bottom line, if you're not rich yet, it may be because you're spending too much time with the wrong people and not enough with those who push you to rise. You don't just rise by effort, you rise by association. 6. You're spending more than you earn. If your outgo exceeds your income, your upkeep will be your downfall. Money is not just about what you make, it's about what you keep and how wisely you use it. You could earn $100,000 a year, but if you spend $105,000, you're not rich, you're broke with a good job. This is one of the most common reasons people never build wealth. They chase income without mastering habits. They upgrade their lifestyle instead of upgrading their mindset. Lifestyle creep is the silent killer. Every time you get a raise, you buy a nicer car, move to a bigger apartment, eat out more, finance more. And just like that, the gap between earning and spending vanishes. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's a trap that catches the middle class in a cycle of working harder to stay broke. The simple rule to flip the game, it's not the amount that counts, it's the plan. If you can't manage $1,000, you won't manage $10,000. If you always spend what you earn, more money will only magnify your chaos. Here's a simple formula to apply. Tens% living, rent, groceries, car, etc. 10% saving for emergencies and peace of mind, 10% investing, assets that grow your money. Don't spend 100% of what you earn. Examples of bad spending habits. 20% financing cars that lose value the moment you drive off the lot. Buying luxury items to impress people you don't even like. Paying for entertainment while never investing in education. Eating out every day while saying I can't afford to invest. These choices don't just waste money, they delay your future. What the wealthy do differently. Wealthy people live below their means, not above them. Warren Buffett still lives in the same modest home he bought in 1958. Many millionaires drive used cars and avoid unnecessary debt. They invest in assets, not status. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's not that they can't afford it, it's that they know every dollar today can be a soldier for tomorrow. Action steps to control spending. Track every dollar for 30 days. Know where your money goes. Identify leaks, subscriptions you don't use, take out habits, emotional spending. Create a money plan. Not a budget of restriction, but a strategy of intention. Automate savings and investing, so you pay your future first. The goal: become the kind of person who tells their money where to go, not the kind who wonders where it went. Because ultimately, it's not the money that makes you rich, it's the habits. Bottom line, if you're not rich yet, it may be because you're leaking money faster than you're earning it. Plug the leaks, master your money, and wealth will finally have a place to stay. You haven't increased your value in the marketplace. Your income is determined by your philosophy, not by the economy. Money doesn't just flow to effort, it flows to value. And the marketplace pays you not for your time, but for what your time is worth. This is why two people can both work 40 hours a week. but one earns $40,000 a year and the other earns $400,000. It's not luck, it's leverage, skill, and value. Understand this. You get paid for bringing value. The marketplace is simple. Sure, work problems, get bigger checks, help more people, earn more income, provide rare value, attract rare opportunities. Jim Rohn put it this way: to have more, you must become more. If you're stuck financially, ask, have I become more valuable this year? If not, that's your clue. Real-world examples: a fast food worker flips burgers, minimum wage. A manager organizes systems, higher pay. A franchise owner multiplies teams and locations, significant income. They all work in the same industry, but they bring different levels of value to the table. Value comes from skills, not time. Time is limited, but skills grow. Ask yourself, what problems do I solve? What can I do that's hard to replace? What have I done this year to become more valuable? Examples of increasing value: learn public speaking, more leadership opportunities. Learn marketing, grow your business. Learn coding, unlock high-income freelance or job offers. Learn sales, earn on commission, not just hours. Jim always said, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. The marketplace is fair, ruthlessly fair. You may not like it, but the world doesn't pay for your time or your struggle. It pays for results. If your job can be done by anyone after a weekend of training, it won't pay much. If your work solves a painful problem and creates clear outcomes, it can be worth millions. This is empowering because it means you don't have to stay where you are. You can build your value. You can become irreplaceable. Action steps to increase your value. Runs a skill that the marketplace rewards. Sales, writing, coding, design, etc. Read books, attend seminars, follow mentors. Take on more responsibility at work. Be the person who solves problems. Build something, a portfolio, a brand, a business, a network. Focus on outcomes, not tasks. Get things done that matter. Bonus perspective. Let's say you currently earn $20 a year. Ask, what would make me worth $40, $100, $1,000? The answer is not more time, it's more value. People pay premium prices for certainty, simplicity, speed, expertise, confidence. The more of that you offer, the higher you earn. Bottom line, if you're not rich yet, it may be because you haven't raised your value. Success is not something you pursue. What you pursue eludes you. Success is something you attract by the person you become. So become more, grow your skill set, grow your mindset, and the money will follow. You're not using compound growth to your advantage. Success is a few simple disciplines, practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment, repeated every day. Wealth is not built in one giant leap. It's built one choice, one habit, $1 at a time, over time. This is the principle of compound growth. It works in money, it works in mindset, it works in relationships, and it works in results. But if you're not rich yet, chances are you're either not leveraging it or you're sabotaging it. What is compound growth? In simple terms, it's growth that builds on itself. Let's say you invest $1,000 and it earns 10% annually. Year one, $1,000. Year two, $1,000 dicking. That extra $10,000, then $31. That's compound interest working for you. But here's the trick. It takes time to kick in. That's why most people give up too early. They quit the gym after 2 weeks. They stop saving after 2 months. They drop a skill because it's not profitable in 2 days. And they miss out on the explosive power that only comes from sticking with it. Compound habits equals compound wealth. Jim Rohn emphasized, your life doesn't change in a single day, but it does change daily. Reading 10 pages a day may not change your life this week, but do it for a year, that's 3,650 pages over 10 books. Saving $5 a day may seem small, but in 10 years with investing, that could be tens of thousands. One new connection every day, that's 365 new relationships in a year. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. The wrong side of compound growth. Compounding works both ways. It can build you up or tear you down. Bad habits compound too. Wrong soda a day, 30 extra pounds in a year, 20 minutes of scrolling, 5 hours a week wasted, ignoring your budget, $1,000 lost to impulse spending. Small errors in judgment, repeated daily, lead to massive regret later. Warren Buffett made 99% of his wealth after age 50, not by magic, by compounding. Kobe Bryant took 500 jump shots before most people woke up. Every day. Jim Rohn read over 1,000 books, not in a weekend, but one page at a time. Why most people miss it? Because results are invisible at first. There's no applause in month 1, no big change in month 2, but by year 3, year 5, year 10, you look like a genius because you stuck with it. Compound growth is not sexy, it's not viral, but it's unbeatable. How to apply this today? Pick one habit to practice daily. Reading, budgeting, writing, learning. Pick one financial discipline. Save $5 a day, invest 10% of income. Be patient, track progress monthly, not daily. Cut habits that compound against you. Procrastination, binging, debt. Bottom line, if you're not rich yet, you might be chasing big wins instead of small daily wins that build over time. Don't join an easy crowd. You won't grow. Go where the expectations are high and the pressure to perform is strong. Discipline compounds, habits compound, wealth compounds, and you grow one choice at a time. 9. You waste time instead of investing it. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. If you're not rich yet, it might not be your income. It might not be your background. It might be how you spend your hours. You see, the wealthy invest time. The unsuccessful spend time. We all get the same 24 hours. But what separates rich from poor is what you do with them. You can spend time, waste time, or invest time. Here's how it breaks down. Spending time, watching Netflix, scrolling endlessly, gossiping, wasting time. Multitasking, doing low-value tasks, procrastinating. Investing time, reading, planning, building, learning, networking. Wealth is built by those who treat time like money, or even better. They ask, what my return on this hour? Is this moving me closer to my goals? Would a millionaire spend time like this? The clock is always ticking. Every second you spend, you'll never get back. Once the sun sets today, that time is gone forever. So ask yourself, what have I done today that builds my future? Did I learn something new? Did I create something of value? Did I invest in my health, mind, or relationships? If not, that was a withdrawal, not a deposit. High-income earners track their time like budgeting money. Want to know where your wealth is leaking? Look at your calendar. Are you saying yes to distractions? Taking calls that lead nowhere? Letting others control your day? Jim Rohn taught this, either you run the day or the day runs you. You need to become the CEO of your time. Plan your hours like a boss. Guard your mornings. Cut out the noise. 30 minutes reading per day. It leads to new ideas, mental models, better decisions. 1 hour building a side hustle. It leads to extra income stream. Weekly networking. It leads to more opportunities, referrals, partnerships, daily fitness. It leads to more energy to perform, less money wasted on poor health. The ROI of your time is invisible at first, but over years, it pays in freedom, income, and peace of mind. How to fix it today? Audit your last 3 days. What percentage of time was truly productive? Use a calendar or time-blocking app. Schedule your priorities. Set daily non-negotiables. 1 hour learning, 1 hour creating. Protect your peak hours, morning for the most. No social media, no chaos. Remove time wasters. TV, distractions, meetings with no purpose. The harsh truth. Poor people say, I don't have time. Rich people say, that's not a priority. We all get the same hours. The difference is how you respect the minutes. We must all suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Choose wisely. Bottom line, if you're not rich yet, check your schedule. What you do hour to hour becomes your future. Stop burning your hours, invest them, and you'll buy back your freedom. 10. You haven't become the person wealth is attracted to. Success is something you attract by the person you become. This is it. The reason you're not rich isn't just about strategies. It's not about luck or timing or talent. It's about you. Wealth isn't just earned, it's attracted. And to attract more, you must become more. Money follows identity. The truth, you don't get paid by the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to that hour. So if your income hasn't changed, maybe you haven't changed. Your mindset, your work ethic, your confidence, your skills. Wealthy people don't just do rich things, they think and act differently. They ask different questions. Who do I need to become to earn 100K? What habits must I master to lead a business? How do I deliver more value to more people? Leveling up means letting go. To become someone new, you must leave behind the old excuses, old environments, old identity. That version of you who procrastinates, who avoids challenges, who fears rejection, that person doesn't get rich. You must upgrade, because life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you're ready for. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. You study sales, and now you can close 10x more deals. You master communication, and people listen when you speak. You grow leadership skills, and now you lead a team instead of being led. You stop thinking like a consumer and start acting like a creator. This isn't a one-day change, it's a lifetime path. But every day you grow, you raise your income ceiling. How to start the becoming process. Daily learning. Read, listen, absorb wisdom. Self-reflection. Ask, where am I weak? Where must I grow? Feedback. Don't hide from criticism. Let it refine you. Goal setting. Become intentional about the future version of you. Discipline. Show up for yourself even when no one's watching. If you don't like how things are, change it. You're not a tree. You don't get wealthy by accident. Wealthy people are obsessed with growth, focused on discipline, surrounded by accountability, clear about their mission. If you haven't attracted wealth yet, don't chase money, chase mastery. Because when you become the kind of person who creates, contributes, leads, and lifts others up, money can't help but follow. Final message. You want more? Become more. The road to wealth is paved with self-growth. It's not just a financial journey, it's a personal one. You don't need to wait, you don't need permission, you just need to begin. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. But if you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. You're not rich yet. Not because you're not capable, but because you haven't become the person who attracts wealth. The good news? You can start now. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Increase your value, take risks, grow daily. Manage your money like it matters, because it does. You don't need a new economy. You need a new you. And as Jim Rohn said, when you change, everything changes. This is Motivational Voices. Subscribe, grow with us, and remember, you don't get rich by luck. You get rich by growth.